What is going on, everybody? I have another video, but now we're moving out of basic training and now I'm into AIT. And AIT, this is all very well depends on your MOS you have picked. So once you graduate basic, I actually had a few days off because my AIT location was at my basic training location. So I just had to go down the road and they actually gave me a weekend pass so I got to hang out with my family. And like I said, this all depends on your MOS. And I am a 13 Bravo, so if you're a 13 Bravo and you end up going to Fort Sill, this is probably more than likely what's going to happen to you also. So my AIT is 6 weeks long, which is one of the shortest. I think 13 Mike is the shortest and 13 Bravo is the second shortest of 6 weeks long. And now this MOS is more physically demanding than a lot of others, so this AIT was ridiculously hard on your body. We got smoked more often than we did basic. PT was extremely hard every day, but there were some advantages of being in AIT. We got cell phones every once in a while and computers, like a laptop. And instead of being in one room with 60 people, I always shared a room with two other people, and we had our own little bed and wall locker, kind of like basic, but in a way it's different. Now, PT and AIT is super, super hard. I remember running all the time and just doing crazy amounts of physical training. That was all that was really about, because your standards do go up. To pass the PT test in AIT, you now have to do 60. In basic, it was you only had to get a 50 in every event. Now you actually have to get a 60 in every event. And some of the other cool things, but like I said, this all depends on your MOS. Since I'm a 13 Bravo, we had to get trained in a Mach 19 and a 50 cal. Now we actually did go out to the range and get to shoot the 50 cal, the M2 50 cal, and we only got a couple bursts each because money's tight. So we got a couple bursts each of the 50 cal on one day, and then the next day we had training on the Mach 19. Didn't get to shoot it though, but oh well. And a lot of other training we did was on the M777, which is the howitzer. Lots of training in that because that is what my MOS is, so they trained us a very lot on that. And this is also another thing to be expected in AIT. I don't know if it happens to everyone. This is just maybe my group. I don't know. But they've started choosing a lot of people by random for dental, which turned out to be wisdom teeth. They were pulling people's wisdom teeth that were considered like high risk for tooth injury. They pulled them aside and pulled wisdom teeth at dental. And I had actually one of my wisdom teeth pulled, and I had no idea they were pulling a tooth till I got there and sat down in the dental chair area. And they're all military doctors, and they didn't put me out. They just numbed it up, and it took them a little while because this tooth was going in sideways, and they ripped out my teeth. I got the next day off, and I just got the rest, but it was pretty painful, and this happened to probably a good 90% of everybody that I was in training with. And one other big portion of this AIT is a week-long field problem where you go out in the field. And this was in Fort Sill we were getting close to summertime now, so it was getting hot outside. So we eventually packed everything up that we're going to need for the field problem, which was only a week long. And we go out there, we set up our 777. We ended up shooting about, I want to say, 400 rounds maybe. And to pass 13 Bravo AIT, you actually had to yourself be what's called the number one man and shoot the 777. I think it was only 3 rounds you have to successfully shoot, which it takes 7 people to shoot, but being the number one man, you actually pull the lanyard, which is pretty much like pulling the trigger. So you get to shoot it a few times, and it was pretty cool. I was actually the first one to shoot it in my class, and it was really, really cool. It's something that, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. And after we finish shooting the rounds, you know, we eat chow. Then sometimes we got a movement order. We got to pack everything up, leave, drive maybe only 10 miles on the road, and we'd set up everything all over again and shoot another maybe 300 rounds or so. And it was just a lot of work. And these rounds are no joke. They're a good 100 pounds a round, and we were just throwing them around like they were nothing. And it's 100 plus, so we were sweating. Then after that, we were pretty much, I think it was after that we did our APFT test, which we had a score of 60 or above in every test. So, you know, it was a bit harder. We had couple of people fail, but they got to retake it. You know, there should be no excuse for failing because if you cannot pass the minimum before you join the army, I wouldn't even bother. I would make sure you can at least do the bare minimum. So when you're in the army, it's a lot easier and you're not thinking about it as much. It'll just make your life so much easier. So after the PT test, I think it was pretty much graduation time. So we did same things basic, just practice for the graduation, and it wasn't near as big as it was in basic. This is just, you know, not as many people, not as many family members. My family couldn't make it out because, I mean, I just graduated basic 6 weeks ago. It wasn't as big of a deal as it was before. And also, right before you graduate, you will be receiving orders to your duty locations. And this is where everybody finds out where they're going. And at least with my MOS, a lot of people did end up going to Korea. I, however, got lucky and ended up going to where I'm currently at now, which is in Fort Lewis in Washington State. So this is going to be a stressful time because some people don't want to go to Korea, some people do want to go to Korea, so it's all nerve-wracking when they're telling you where you're going because that's pretty much where you're going to spend the next at least 3 years of your time in service. You know, unless you get deployed, but still, it'll be your home duty station for a while. So yeah, so I got my orders in, packed up my bags, left to Fort Lewis, and that's where I'm going to stop this video, and I'll have a next one when I actually arrived to my unit. So if you like my videos, please subscribe, give me some comments, tell me what you want to see, and ask questions. I'll try to answer as best I can. Alright, thanks everybody. Bye.